Hello friends. A little different setup this week. We're getting a bunch of rain here in Austin, Texas, as you can see. I'm actually in my mother-in-law's house making some dinner. If you're curious as to what that might be, it's like sweet potatoes and sloppy joes. Healthy, of course. So I wanted to hop on, one, because everyone was asking where we were last week, but we've been getting rain here, so we haven't been able to ride. Oh, sorry for covering that up. First off, thanks for watching all our videos and subscribing and doing all the stuff you guys do and liking them, and then also leaving awesome comments. We appreciate all that. We should have a couple more videos coming out soon. As soon as we can get back on the track, we have a couple that are being edited right now, and then we've got to shoot a couple more as well. This is really live. It's going good, Turbo Willis. Where were you tonight? Hi from Brazil. I do like handguards, Donovan. We'll start some questions just in a few minutes. We'll let a few more people get on, and I'll just answer as many as I can. We won't be on for long. I got something to show you guys here in a second. We have a new ripper in the MX Factory stable, and he only rips farts and burps at the moment, and lots of them, might I add. But my mom was sick. Sorry, I could not come. That's okay. I get it. What's up, broski? Joseph. Turbo Willis, 4-stroke. Rylan. I like both strokes, 2 and 4. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. Obviously, this is a different setting than usual. We're not at a dirt bike track, which is kind of cool because I can be a little more intimate. I'm at home with my wife and my kid, my newborn kid. He's only, I guess today's his 5th day on the earth. So I'll show you guys him in a second. Yeah, I've raced Loretta's, actually raced it last year. Yeah, we'll get to it. Hey, Snap Chutch. You guys got some funny names on here, man. I'll read through the comments sometimes. I'll have to delete them just because of your names. Thanks. Yeah, I'm stoked on being a new dad. It's probably the best thing ever. Oh, Andrew Howard. Hey, how you doing, Andrew? Are you gonna go, or am I going to get a new dirt bike? Well, considering my 252 stroke only has like 11 hours on it, because the only time I've ridden in the last little while is to shoot videos for you guys. And I have a couple other bikes that I ride around the house too. As you guys have seen, the Honda 450 we have, and we have a couple 125s and an electric bike that's in and out. I have done a GNCC, Jack. I did one in 2017. I did the South Carolina round. I got second in the Open A, which wasn't MX1 or MX2, but it was my first GNCC, and actually second overall out of everyone in that group, so it was pretty good. I forgot, changed my name. Thanks for loving our videos. We love your comments. You guys want to see my little baby? Because I'm pretty proud. He's over there just hanging out. Hold on, I'll take you over there. Take you over. Hopefully he doesn't fart on you guys. Hold on 1 second. We'll get back to dirt bikes, but this is like the most important thing in my life right this second. Oh, yeah. He's a little sleepy. We just fed him. What do you think? Does he look like he's going to be fast? Huh? Say hi. He's not going to talk to you guys, mainly because he doesn't know how to talk. But he's like really thankful that you guys watch our YouTube videos, because one day I'm going to buy him some diapers from your guys' support. I thought he looked fast too. We didn't name him William. We named the middle name was Walter though, so it's close. Uh-oh. Grandma's home. He's already a champ. Yeah, thank you. I believe so as well. He's been pretty awesome. He'll be ripping your 450 in a couple weeks. Maybe on a backpack. I haven't talked Mom into it yet, but she's getting closer. So, anyways, let's do some questions. I have some food that I can't forget about that's in the oven, so you guys don't let me forget about my food in the oven. So if you see smoke in the background, You know that I messed up. All right, clutch or no clutch on corners on a 150. I say that you learn how to hit the corners without the clutch first. What that's going to do is making sure that you're getting in the right gear. And then you can kind of supplement with some clutching. And I always tell my riders they only need one hit of the clutch. They should be in the right gear to where they can get on the gas. In a two-stroke, you can get on the gas a little earlier because you're in the low end of the power. And then one hit of the clutch, 3/4 of the way out of the turn to get you to the power band. And obviously you want to be leaning forward into that power so it so you can move with it, doesn't loop out or put you off the back of the bike. Why did KTM copy Honda? I don't know that they did copy Honda. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do you use clutch going up gears? Yeah, I use clutch sometimes going up the gears. I don't use them going down. I know that's been a big debate on one of our videos, but street bike, yeah. Dirt bike, no, you don't need to use the clutch. So, what else? KX250 or YZ250? Oh, they're all good. Best training extra for my 5-year-old just finishes first there. So I would say if you could just pick one thing for him to work on, would be like just get him really strong at standing up. You know, take him out and challenge him to do what I do with my riders. Is I'll do like lap challenges where I'll challenge him to go like start at 10 laps and go down 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or do like a 10-minute moto standing up. That really helps. Best bike brand, I would say like, I don't know, looks like you got a Honda. Hondas are pretty good. Hondas are good bikes. I'm going to be trying to scroll through these so I can get back to some of the questions. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the WR450 for trail? I think it's probably a great bike, Ryder. Cool name, too. What I will say to you guys about bikes. Oh, man. Math's good because you can count your money one day. Do good in math. How is the best way to get comfortable riding on the balls of your feet? I still don't do it correctly after 40 plus years. So you just answered your own question there. You've been practicing for 40 plus years doing it not that way. So I think the best way is going to be having the discipline to just go out and spend hours riding on the balls of your feet. And the biggest key part of that, the reason you're probably not comfortable is because you are a little further away from your controls. So it's pretty important to be able to slow down your back brake. So make sure that you're just practicing. I suggest just going out in like a flat field or a place where there's not a lot of distractions and practice going to your back brake and back to the balls of your feet. To your shifting, back to the balls of your feet. And you can just do that. As many hours as you can put in is taken away from all the 40 years that you've been doing it the opposite way. So just got to be patient and have the discipline to practice it. You'll get it. How far can you wheelie? How far can you see? What is the best bike to start 125 or 250? They're both good, really. I always tell all my riders that it's 80% rider and 20% bike. If you really want to be good, you just take time to learn the techniques, and whatever bike you're on can usually get you to a pretty high level. Very hard to have a dirt bike in Brazil. Do you know CRF 230? We have to pair this to save. Yeah. Actually, RN03 actually raced a race in Brazil in 2014 at Pedro Bonita, I think the track was called. And there wasn't, yeah, it's a lot different. The bikes are a lot different there. And, you know, it's tough. But I've trained a bunch of people from Brazil, so I can relate. Can you guys do a video on the whip that Axel Hodge does, like, oh, yeah, an oppo is what they call them. We were talking about that. The problem is we don't have a lot of good jumps local to us here. You need a pretty big jump for that, and I can totally do them, but we're going to have to travel to do that. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked out our Patreon site, I would love for you guys to support us there. That's going to help us be able to travel to these other tracks. It's just patreon.com/themxfactory. You can give us $1 a month, and that just helps. If we get 100 or 1,000 people to give us $1 a month, that means we can go to new tracks, and you can give as much as you want, but minimum is $1, and that helps us get you guys some more content. I'm too tall. My 150. Should I get a 250 or get better on the 150 than upgrade? Your leverage is pretty high, so it's probably pretty hard for you to stand. Probably feels like the bike is coming out from underneath you, or when you're braking that you're falling over the front. So it's always nice if you're able to get a bike that fits your height. It's going to be a little easier for you to learn. Yeah, I would love to come out the milestone. I've ridden out there quite a bit when I was racing pro a little more. Yamaha 125 or Husky 125. Price point, Yamaha, quality, Husqvarna. Did I miss some questions up here? Let me scroll back up. Your food. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, is that timer? What's that timer looking like?
I got it.
Oh, Mama Bear's got it. Do you guys have merch? Yeah, if you go onto the mxfactory.com, we just started selling some t-shirts and we got some hats coming. So just on the mxfactory.com, you can order them. I will say if you're not in the United States, we ran into some problems with people ordering them from like England. So it was like the shipping was more than the shirt. So we haven't got all that sorted out yet. If you're in the United States, it's real easy. We can get you some stuff out. Any tips for breaking in new boots? Wear them around your house. Typically, it depends on, Sean can I ask what kind of boot it is, but the new boots are pretty easy to, I've got cancer, so can't ride anymore. Don't give up that easy. Cancer can be beat. You just got to believe in yourself. You can ride again. Yeah, just break in your boots by wearing them around the house. Or I used to wear my boots to school. I like how you make your tutorials fun. Salvador, tell all the people that say stop making our tutorials fun that we're going to keep making them fun for you guys, though. I might be back depending on... We'll be on here for probably another 10, 15 minutes answering some questions. Maybe 20. Paula and the Stone. What's a better track, Southwick or Glen Helen? Oh, I'm from Florida, if you didn't know that about me. I grew up racing most of my years in Florida. I lived about a mile from the Stewarts, so I trained with them. You know, probably for the last 8 years of my riding in Florida. So I'm a Southwick fan. We rode in the sand a lot. What's your basic track setting on an AER 48 forks? Well, it depends on how much you weigh. It's I don't mess with my suspension a lot, to be honest with you. I just kind of get them comfortable, and I have to go count all the clickers on my forks. Like I said, I think, Andrew, just to answer your question, I think people spend way too much time worrying about their bike and not enough time worrying about how they're riding it. I know it's awesome to have your bike feeling good, but if you ride in a different position, no matter how you set up your bike, the bike's going to feel different or maybe not as good if you're in the correct position. So I think the key, and I have a lot of my younger kids that I work with not to get their suspension done until their technique is good, and then, you know, build the suspension off that. But I could get some settings for you if you just comment on this video after we post it, so it'll remind me. I always appreciate the videos, dude. I kind of threw up a little bit of a whip on Sunday. Nice, George. The key to a whip is just bringing it back. Other than that, you're good. What's up, Steve? Are you close to Southwick? I'm about probably 18 hours drive from Southwick. I just turned 50. I've been riding trails for years. I'm starting to try track riding. Any advice for an old guy? Take it slow. That's my advice for anyone really starting to ride the track. Also, you know, go on days where you know the track isn't going to be super populated so you can focus on what you're doing, because I think that anxiety takes over when new riders are on tracks with a bunch of fast people ripping around them and they're not able to think about their technique, so they lose it a little bit. Hi from New Zealand. That bundle of joy will definitely slow you down. He hasn't slowed me down yet, and I don't think he will. But thanks, Joe. I'll keep you updated on that. I may change my mind in 6 months. We'll see. He's slowed me down enough to love him a lot. That's about it. I want to come to New Zealand and coach you guys, so if you can get a little group together, I'll bring the family out, and we'll do a little camp. Why are boots so important? Boots are important for a lot of reasons, but mainly just stability in the ankle and protection. Hey, guy. What's up? Bike equals life. Foxcomb boots 29. Do you like old bikes? I like all bikes. Honestly, I'm going to put this right here because I'm getting shaky. How many mains did you make? I made every main that I ever tried to make except one, which was the first one, which I didn't race a lot of outdoor supercross because we had a big series back in Florida where A lot of the local pros raced and made a living, so we spent most of our 21 weekends a year racing that. So I would go off and do occasional pro races. Yeah, so what was the point of KTM making 152 stroke? What class does it even race in? I think that they were making that bike to try to be competitive in the 250F class, you know, amateur stuff. 125 isn't quite there. Probably for also vet riders, you know, like a vet rider doesn't want 252 stroke power but wants a little more than a 150, and they can race that, I'm guessing. When can you know that your bike should be prepared? You know, like factory bikes, and what are the parts you can change to have a faster bike? Whoa! More time, Mom, but... Hold on, little guy's got some situation going on over here. Here's my advice, Omar. Worry less about your bike and more about your technique, and everything gets better. But there's plenty of parts that can be changed. I would start with suspension if you're going to put money into your bike. Do you know where I can buy good used dirt bikes? Where are you from? Somewhere maybe in South America based off that name. Hold on, I'm losing his head. There you go. Which track is better, Murphy's or Cycle Ranch? Depends on the rider. I think a lot of the vet guys like to ride at Murphy's, but it seems like the higher level riders like Cycle Ranch a little more difficult. Pit bikes, yay or nay? Pit bikes are cool. Just, I always tell my guys, don't go get hurt on a pit bike and set yourself back. Are you a bother to Vlog Creations YouTube channel? I don't know what that means. I'd like to get my girlfriend to start riding with me. She's 5'4". What size bike should she be riding? TTR 125 would be great. XR or CRF 100, if they still make that, I think they do. But maybe it's a 125 now. Thanks, Armar. Is buying a 2-stroke used a bad idea or no? Nope, I don't think it's a bad idea. Mainly because, hold on, I'm gonna adjust his little blanket here. There you go. Can breathe. Mainly because they're pretty cheap to rebuild, and so if it, you know, if you accidentally buy a bad one, it's not a huge deal. Do you know Aaron Lampy? I don't know that name is too familiar, but maybe I do. I'm a brand new rider, been out on my bike a couple times. What drill should I do to learn to ride? Well, do you need help, Mom? You should first learn how to control the clutch and the brake. So 2 main things. So practice just taking off smoothly, and then also riding in a big open circle and using your brakes, easing them on, creating traction. And then our usual next step is learning how to stand up. When should I change me top end on 2-stroke? I would say, like, depending on how hard you're riding it, like 20 hours, 15, 20, 25 hours, depending on what you got going on. Anyone else? Let me scroll back up here. Did I miss any up here? All right. How do I make my bike go as high as Ronnie Max? I mean, Ronnie Mac's actually a really good rider. He's just putting on a front for you guys. He lives not too far from where I live. I know him pretty well. He's pretty good dude. Have you ever broken a bone? I can't even read your name, but yes, I've broken a few. I have a Fox 180 boots, but seem really tough to move around. You just got to move them around more, right? They're heavy. All boots are heavy, so it's hard on your legs. You just got to use them more, and they'll loosen up, and your legs will get stronger. What do you find the most challenging when riding? I think, yeah, if you don't mind.
Well, I've been checking it. Didn't seem like it was hot enough.
Sorry, they're getting my food for me. What do I find the most challenging when riding? Well, me personally, since I don't ride as consistently as I used to, I'm like making videos and coaching a lot. When I get back on the bike, it's hard for my mind and my eyes to keep up with the speed that I'm capable of going. So my biggest challenge is getting on the bike enough. I'd say most people's biggest challenge is being balanced front to back. Steve EO. So being in sync with the power and in sync with the braking, that really helps. I love the videos you do. Just want to say thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for watching. What year is your KTM? It's 2017. But it's, like I said, it's only got like 11 to 12 hours on it. When was your first race? I was 9 years old, and I won it by default, my first race. The two people that were racing me ran into my back tire and fell. What do you think about KTM factory edition bikes? I think if you've got 10, 12 grand in your pocket, I think they're awesome. CRF 250 or KX 250? What year is my question? And used or new? Your favorite rider? Favorite pro rider would be Dungy, just because I think he keeps a clean image and is good influence to the young people, even though he's retired. Current, I like Plessinger. He's cool. Would you suggest a 125 for a 190-pound rider for Woods and MX? Did you throw it in the garbage? Yeah, you could get away with a 125. Yeah, for sure. I'm not a new rider. I rode for a few months and I know all the basics, clutch, brake, etc. I just don't know how to stand up when riding. I feel uncomfortable and too big for the bike. So I'm going to spend a little time on this one because I'm sure a lot of people have this problem. So when you're standing up, the biggest key to standing up is being attached to the bike with your knees. That's the first thing. You look at guys like, what's his name, Benny Bloss. I think he's 6'7". I mean, he's like huge. He could be a basketball player, but he's a great, top 10 in the world. Well, in the United States. He's really good at being in balance with the bike. So what I mean by that is attach yourself with your knees, and when you're powering, move your upper body down in front of the bike, so in front of the engine, is what I like to think. And then when you're braking, you move your body lower back over the back fender and get behind the braking so you're in sync with that. That'll help you feel a lot more comfortable. What should I do when I was short on a double? You should go faster. That would help. Just bought a 2019 KTM 125. I was wondering if changing the reeds out is worth it. Trying to get a little more bottom end out of the bike. Yeah, I think if you could run some race gas, that would help. And good jetting, you may not even have to change the reeds. Usually those bikes, at least my bike, came jetted really poorly, so I had to get it tuned up. What bike do you have? KTM 252 stroke, Honda 450. I have a KTM 452 that I'll never ride. It's 2015 and a half. I'm 5'5" and want a 250. Is that a good idea? Or 150? Yeah. I mean, you'd be a little tall on it, but not too tall. Yeah, the AER 48 on the KTM. Do you still run the AER 48 on the KTM? Yeah, that's what I run. I really like the air fork. Better than... I had kit suspension, so I had cone valve suspension last year on my Huskies. You probably remember those bikes, the red, white, and blue Huskies. And I actually like the air forks better, and that suspension's like $5 grand for the forks. So, love your videos. Thanks. You got it, Lawrence. Opinions on RMZ 454 gears for MX? Hey, whatever floats your boat. I think RMZ 450 is a great bike. 09 and up, use CR250. I would say they're both really good. It's just going to be kind of finding the one that is the newest used bike is going to be the best. Honda Works Edition or Husky King Factory Edition. I haven't really studied much about the Honda Works Edition, but I will say that KTM and Husky have been, well, at least KTM, have been building factory editions for a long time, so I think they have a little bit of a head start on, what's cool and what works good. So I'm a KTM fan. I'm probably gonna go with KTM and Husky. 6'7", no way. Yeah, he's really tall. KTM 125 SX 2006, what do you think? I think we have one in the shop, and it's pretty awesome, so I think you're good. What can you say to those who want to ride but has no bike? Well, I don't know what you got going on or what your story is, or if you're able to have a job or if you're able to make money. But I will say that if there's a will, there's a way. If you really want one, you could come up with it. And if you can't, just borrow your buddies. Find some good friends. Have you ever endured any injuries? If so, what? Ooh, Jeffrey. Yeah, I've broken probably like in the 30s, 30 or 40 bones. But I will say that I haven't been, I'll call it majorly injured since I've really put a lot of time into my technique, which is really the reason that I teach, is to help people, you know, stay safe and able to progress faster. So yeah, I've broken plenty of bones. I've learned it the hard way. What's the best brands for dirt bikes? I answered that up there, but I think KTM's really good. I'm going to get into motocross because this channel, and you guys, great channel. I'll let you know how my first race goes. Please do. Just we read all the comments that you guys post, so just write us in the comments, or you can send us an email. It's on our website. But yeah, I'd love to keep up with your journey. It's super cool that you're getting into it. Should I start riding on a 450 or 350? I don't think anyone in the world should start riding on a 450. They're too fast. Best bike stand you have ever used? I don't know, man. I'm not picky. I just like whatever one will hold my bike up. I'm good with it. What's the minimum height for a 125? 5'6", you're good there. I'm only 5'7", so. Snapchat, I don't have Snapchat. I got barely enough time for YouTube. I'm 35 and just starting back riding bikes again. What's some things I should work on to not break anything? Well, if I had to suggest, don't go to the motocross track right away. Watch a couple of our videos and learn how to brake, learn how to stand up properly and get in balance with the bike, and you know, spend some time working on those, you know, inner thigh muscles to get your legs strong so you can squeeze the bike and be moving with it. That would help. And then make your appearance at the track. My first race was terrible. I'm planning on going to my second race this Saturday. Usually most people's first races are terrible, but I always tell, because I teach a lot of people how to ride here. We have a learn to ride program where we take people off the street and put them on bikes. And then a lot of times they'll get into racing and riding, and when we go to the races with them, my last words to them before they take off is, if you cross the finish line, you won. Right? Your first race should just only be about finishing. Scariest thing about racing for me is the whole shot. It's just madness. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty crazy. I'm really good at starts, and I'm really good at starts because I don't like to be around anyone, so I like to go into the turn first. Where is your track located? We're in Austin, Texas, Jeffrey. Sorry. Anything else? Scariest thing about... Okay, I already read that one. All right, guys. 30 minutes. 30 minutes of talking. I got the whole house quieted down. Okay, I'll answer a few more. What do you think about James Stewart disappearing from the planet? He was so fun to watch. I understand, James. I'm pretty good friends with those guys over there. He had 2 kids, and he made a lot of money, and he did a lot in the sport. He did a lot for the sport, and sport didn't always treat him so well. You don't know a lot of the backstories of the teams that mistreated him, and, you know, I mean, he's black in a predominantly white sport, so there was a lot of racism that would go on in his life, even with his sponsors and getting paid. I mean, there's a lot of things that he dealt with that he kept pushing through. And I think that he just decided that he was done. And in my opinion, he doesn't owe anyone anything. He doesn't owe anyone anything about, hey, I'm done or I'm retired. He did what he needed to do, and now he's got 2 kids that he's raising. And I think that, yeah, I think he's doing the right thing. Yeah, Stewart is definitely a hero. He changed the game for sure. All right, I'm answering 3 more questions, then I'm hopping off. So if you've got them, send them. I'm going to answer the first 3. All right, we're fading out. Okay. All right, Lincoln, tell him bye. I forgot he does not going to talk to you guys because he doesn't know how to talk yet. When he does, I'm going to let him teach you guys. He'll know. He'll just know through genetics. All right. Again, thank you for watching. We'll have some more videos out to you guys pretty soon. Later, Link. Hey, I like that. They called him Link. Yeah, and if you have any questions, we try to answer as many of our comments as we can. A lot of the times we've answered them in our videos, so we'll just send you that way. But if you have any questions, just shoot us a comment. If you can't get us there, shoot us an email, and we'll holler back. All right, as soon as this rain gets cleared up, we'll get back on the track for our live videos. But until then, thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you soon.